Hello everyone. A lot of people ask me how I'm still able to get interview calls even in such a tough market situation. The answer is LinkedIn. Throughout my career, I have used LinkedIn to get interview calls from big product-based companies like Google, McKinsey & Co, Zoom, CrowdStrike, and many more. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I have set up my LinkedIn profile, what job search strategy I have followed, and how I have built my connections on LinkedIn. So this is my profile. The first part is you should have the appropriate cover pic and the profile pic uploaded here. In case of cover pic, make sure you are adding such image which is going to define your work, right? You can generate this using any AI tool if required. Okay. In case of your profile picture, make sure you are adding the professional image wearing some kind of formals. Okay, so that's going to create good impression, right? Then comes the very important part, that is your headline, right? So this is very important, guys, because when you talk about LinkedIn, LinkedIn is all about getting the referrals. It's all about connecting with people, asking them about opportunity. Recruiters are not going to call you directly over here, right? So when we talk about the headline section, it becomes important because whenever you are going to ping anybody or you are going to message anyone for referral, for them you are very unknown guy, right? They don't know who are you. So for them, the best way of creating good impression is that you are writing the appropriate headline. Why? I will show you that. Okay, so but what you can do here is in the headline section, you can add your current designation, where you are working, the organization name, and then you can add the certifications details as well. If you have, these are not mandatory. If you don't have the certifications, you can add the skills detail as well, like let's say Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, right? Why this headline is important, guys, I will tell you. See, this is the simple screenshot. Whenever you are going to ping anybody for the referral, so for them, they don't have enough amount of time to look out the profile, who are you. So the first impression you can create is by the specific headline. You can see that in the message, they are able to see only the headline of your profile, right? So whatever you have added in your headline, same details would be getting reflected to them. So this is the it's kind of creating first impression. So if they find it pretty good, then they can refer you, or at least they will check your profile, right? Then the next part which I have done here is in the about section. I have added what work I am doing. I have added here about myself. If you are confused what to add, you can simply copy paste the professional summary which you have in your resume, right? You can just add it here. And then below that, I have added the skills, whatever skills I have. I have used the same details which I have added in my resume. Okay, nothing else. Then I have added the skills. See here, you can see I have not added the services and all those stuff. I have kept it pretty simple. I have added here AWS, GCP, DevOps tools, and one of the programming language. So I've added this part. In the featured section, you can upload the images of the different certificates which you have, or else you can also add, let's say you have got some kind of kudos award. I will show you. I have added all the details here. The kudos award which I received, right? These are the certifications. Then the spot award is there. Then the kudos award which I received. Let's say in your case, if you have not received such awards or the certificates, and let's say you have received some kind of appreciation on the email, right, in your organization. So what you can do here is you can take the screenshot of that as well, but just make sure you are not going to expose the email ID of your the colleagues who have appreciated you. You can just make it blur and have the screenshot with you, right? So let's say in future, if someone asks you, let's say HR is going to ask you for the proof, then you can show it to them. But here, you should hide the email ID which you have in that screenshot, right? You can upload all those stuff over here. Okay, and then the next section which we have, right, it's like the experience part. Make sure you are adding all the experience details here. Oh, where it is, yeah. So you can add all the experience detail here, right? I have added my current organization, right? Then I have added my previous organization details as well, and make sure you add all the details about what kind of work you have done there, right? So I've added what kind of achievements I had. Also in the current organization where I'm working, we should add that as well, but just for this video purpose, I have removed that part. Okay, so I have added all the details here. If you have an internship, then you can add that as well, right? Then the education detail, I have added my highest qualification detail with the CGPA which I received. So this is about my education, and try to add all the details, like starting from your the 10th, 12th graduation, right? So this helps recruiters to identify whether there is any gap or not in your career. Okay, so it's better to add all the details if possible, not mandatory, but I have written it. Then if I talk about the next section, it's about the license and certifications. Here I have added the details about the certifications I have with all the credentials. If I click on this, it will be taking me to the official website. Okay, so I've added all the details here. You should add as well if you have this, right? Then the skills on which you have worked. Okay, try to add here as much as skills you can add. Just make sure you know about those skills, right? It's not like randomly picking any kind of skills. Then the most important part for me, I believe, is the recommendations, right? See, as I said earlier, whenever you are going to ask for any referral, for them you are unknown guy, right? So how they are going to judge you? The first point is from the headline section, and once they are impressed with your headline, then they will come and they will check the profile. Once they see this kind of recommendations, so they will also get some kind of confidence, right? That okay, so this guy has done good work. A lot of people have recommended him, let's refer him. Okay, so even think from the referral, the guy who is going to refer you, think from that point of view as well. Because let's say if I'm going to refer, what I'm going to think is like, okay, if this guy is getting selected, I will be getting good referral bonus, right? So it's like creating some kind of confidence, right? Also recruiters will get the idea that okay, this guy has worked with different peoples and has solved different challenges. Try to take the recommendation from your teammates as well. It can be juniors as well. It's not mandatory that you always take from the seniors. Juniors are also good. They can give you a good recommendation, like how you have helped them, how you have guided them. It will help you to show the leadership quality there, right? So you should take the recommendations from them if possible. Then the publications, when I was doing my masters, I published few papers, so I have just added that. It's not mandatory, but since I had, so I have added that stuff. I did some courses during my masters, so I have added those details. Then these are the honors and awards, right? So these are the kind of same details. In the featured section, you can see I have added the screenshots and the images, right? So here you can add the detailed information about why you got the kudos award, right? So I have added complete information here. I have explained them why I have got this kind of awards, right? What activity I did, what I was able to achieve, right? So I have added all the details here. Even I have added the details like when I was doing my graduation, I was I was taking part in some extracurricular activities as well. So I have added those details as well. Okay, so you can add this, right? This will create good impression. Okay, so this is what I have done. And the next one is the interest part. So in the companies section, you can see, I am following a lot of companies here. So I will tell you the reason. See, we cannot search for the job openings and always, 24/7, we cannot keep an eye like which company is having which opening, right? So if you follow this good companies, so you will be getting, some kind of post in LinkedIn if someone is going to tag that company, right? So it helps me to look out if there are any job opportunities. If someone is going to tag any company, right, then I will get the idea. So it's not going to work every time, but in some cases it has worked for me. Okay, so I'm following a lot of companies here. Okay, so you can also create one list and you can try to follow the companies. Okay, so this is about my profile, guys. So this is the first part. Let's try to go towards the second part, that is building the connections, right? Once your profile is ready, now the second part is to build the connection, right? I have seen a lot of people, they are randomly sending the connection request to the people who are working in different domains as well. Okay, so I think that is not good practice. What I used to do is, I used to send the request only for the people who are working in my domain. My domain in the sense, DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, SRE engineer, platform engineer, right? So because those are the guys who can give me good referral opportunities, right? Plus the recruiters who are going to hire this kind of candidates. Okay, so these are my main target audience. So I always try to send the connection request to these guys. It's pretty easy. You can just search here for the DevOps. Okay, simply type here DevOps, that's it, and click on enter. Okay, then you will be getting the different option like people, post, jobs, groups, companies, right? I will simply click on people's, right? And then we can connect with them. Now here you will be getting a question like with whom we should connect. There are people who have the open to work enabled on their profile, and there are people there is no such option visible. So I always send request first to people who are open to work. Okay, so play smart, right? If the candidate is saying that he's open to work, it means that they are looking for job, and in their company there is an open position now, because that candidate is going to look out for new opportunity. So already there is one opening in that team, or might be the opening in coming future. So connect with these guys first, because these are the guys who are going to search on LinkedIn in the same way we are going to do. So there are a lot of posts which ask for the details like whether you are interested or not, share your details. So these people will be commenting on that post, and even you will be also getting you will also see those posts. So first you should target these people who are showing open to work on their profile, right? Then second is send the request to the people where open to work is not visible, but try to focus on people who are working in that company from last 2 to 3 years. Okay, so people who are already there from last 2 to 3 years, they have some kind of good communication and good rapport with team members, let's say seniors. So if they are going to refer you, right, so you will have a good chance of getting selected for the interview process. So this is how I used to target. And then same goes with the recruiters. Now how you will search for the recruiters, right? We don't know who is hiring here, so you can simply add your DevOps hiring, that's it. Okay, and then again, I can see people's, see, these are the HRs, urgently hiring talent, right? This is their headline. Okay, so that's why headline is very important. Anybody is going to judge you only on the basis of headlines, right? So see, you can connect with these guys, and once the connection request is accepted, you can ask them for the referral. I will be showing you how to send the referral, what to write, how I used to do it. But this is how you can, connect with the people here. So, see, these are the guys, technical recruiter looking for DevOps and all those stuff, right? Send the request. See, everybody is not going to, give reply to your message, right? You need to send the message at least to 10-20 people, and then at least one response you will get. Right now, the next is like, let's say you need to filter out. So I think you guys might be aware about this, location, companies, you can filter with this stuff as well. Let's say you don't want to waste your time, or you think, hey, it's taking a lot of time for me to send the connection request, and they're accepting it after 4 to 5 days. So you can simply click on post and look out for the HRs who have some kind of post which says that we are hiring, right? I will just write this, and it is applicable to everyone. Okay, DevOps, developer, testers, everything. See, now I can see this is HR, they are hiring for this role, right? You can connect with them, right? You can apply from here. Okay, so this is going to save you a lot of time, right? So this is how I used to search, and I have been doing this from last 7 years, right? And guys, here I'm not using any AI. Okay, so those who don't have any subscription, they can follow this same strategy. I have been following this from last 7 years. So when I came to know that there is an opening in NVIDIA, what I did was I first sent the connection request to all the peoples who are working there, right? So I always follow one specific chronology. I always start with their senior most position, let's say the directors, the technical guys, okay? The directors, president, vice president, senior managers, then tech leads, recruiters, and then the junior engineers, right? So, and I always give priority to all these technical managers or the directors as compared to the recruiters. Okay, because if technical guys are going to refer you, it's going to create larger impact on the recruiters. Okay, so in case of NVIDIA, I DM'd a lot of people. Out of that, one of the guy responded me. I got the positive response there, and that's how I was able to move ahead with the further conversation. Okay, then the second screenshot is for the Barclays. I was able to have the appropriate conversation, right? And then I was able to move ahead. Then the third, it's about Google. The recruiter approached me based on my profile. There were a lot of companies like Zoom, then VMware, right? CrowdStrike. And finally, at the end, let's say if you have the Claude AI subscription, you can use Claude AI for job search on LinkedIn as well. I have already created a separate video on how you can search the job opportunities using Claude AI, and it has already crossed more than 50K views. If you found this video helpful, then please like this video, comment down your opinion, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you again. Goodbye.